Yo, what's good? Welcome to this second episode of Spaghetti Talk. Today I'm here with my boys. We have today Braden from Virginia Beach.
What's going on?
And my man from Italy, Andrea.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Is okay?
And my man Pancho from Argentina.
Hey, what's up?
Like always, we have different countries, and so we can hear different opinions from all over the world. And I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode, and you share with your friends. And I was happy with how it went. So, boys, did you hear this week about cancel culture?
I mean, I just think it's sensitive. I mean, when it comes down to the whole thing, I think cancel culture is like some BS. I mean, personally, I see what they're trying to do as a collective group, but I think they're going after the wrong things. I mean, my whole example is they removed an Indian from a butter company, an Indian, but technically they're still going to keep the land and not give it back.
Yeah,
so, like, what are they really doing? They're just trying to, like, do little things to help the bigger picture, but in reality, it's just
exactly. Like, I think it's just like it doesn't make sense. Like, you're not helping anybody. Like, it's just for the figure, like from the outside picture. Like the thing last week about the potato from Toy Story.
Yeah.
The Mr. Potato Head. They took away like Mr. and it's just, I think his name is just like Potato Head, just because they didn't want any gender. And I mean, that doesn't make. I don't think that's helping anybody. Like, you should educate more about homophobia and that other stuff.
Yeah, concrete stuff.
Not changing the gender of potato in a movie.
Yeah.
What other things did you hear about cancel culture?
So, I mean, I agree with what he said. I think they're treating like right topics, but in a wrong way. So I think they should educate. They should like treat these topics that are really important, but like acting in a right way, in a better way. For example, I heard like the example of Mr. Potatoes. I heard like the one of chess, the game. So they are like discussing about why white is gonna be first all the time instead of black pieces in the game. So it's like it's considered like racist, but it's not at all racist. It's like simply a game. It's the history of the game. So I think that racism is gonna be like we must talk about racism. We must fight against racism, but we don't have to like.
Yeah, that's not how you're gonna. Yeah, that's not how you're gonna solve it. Like, if I hear someone like, "Yeah, I'm now playing chess because it's racist."
Yeah, exactly. It's weird. It's weird. I will keep playing chess and I will start playing with white, of course. Even if I hate racism, I want to fight against him. So yeah,
it's weird. I mean, there is the political correct like stuff. It's taking over. The other thing that like he started. Remember when there were like the protests for like Black Lives Matters, like last year?
Yes.
Like when they took down the statues, because they were like slave owners and I don't know, like people in the Confederate Union, and that I can understand a lot more. Like, I mean, if you're African American and you don't want to see those figures being like important figures, maybe you want to see a political activist, I don't know, Malcolm X or someone else being more important.
Yeah. I with the whole BLM thing, I think with the statues, I think that they also take it the wrong way. I know that these people are symbolized as heroes, that the people were, in the statues, but at the same time, I think, there was a lot that happened in that time, and, I feel like Morgan Freeman said a good thing about racism is we can't get over it until people just realize it's men and women, not black woman, white man, and white woman, black woman, right? So I think until we get to the point where, you just see a black man as he's just a man. He's just a person, a human, and
But
that,
of course,
but of course people can't see through that.
but it's crazy, brother. We are still in the 21st century, and there is still this problem, and we have it everywhere. I mean, we have it in Italy a lot. We have like now with like there is people who are against like immigrants coming from the south and
from Africa,
and like you just people always need to hate on somebody. And like how is in Argentina?
In Argentina is something close to that, but now it's about the feminism.
Okay.
That's more big than the black people because
Okay.
there are not many black people in Argentina.
Okay.
It's because the culture is like that. And
What's about feminism?
Feminism, I think in most of the cities in America, I think the woman is trying to think that they are something else above the men.
I mean, but I agree with a lot of feminists because I can still see there is inequality in today's world about women. I mean, we're getting a lot better because I mean, just 100 years ago they couldn't vote, but it's getting there. But still, there is
those things are complete. I completely agree with that. Yeah.
But there is like still like differences in the paychecks and stuff. So, and I mean, still there is a lot of men that are still like in the living there on the
yes, I really agree about that, but the problem is when they start the violence in that because they are removing statues. They are removing statues. They are painting the churches.
Okay.
And that's the wrong part.
Okay.
We have to differentiate the good.
Yeah, there's another way to speak out.
To speak out.
I think that's with a lot of big controversial groups. I think they tend to go the worst way to get their word out, when in reality they could do it another way. I know that they'll say that they won't be heard if they do that, respectful way, which makes a lot of sense because media shuts them out and they get shut out. But I just think at the end of the day, it's just hard to just get your word out in general.
Exactly. Like, I mean, when they talked about, I don't know, when there was the period of the Black Lives Matter protests, like, okay, 90% were like peaceful protests, and then there was like 10% there was like riots and stuff. But that's like part of the thing. Like, it's gonna happen. There is not good people everywhere, and I mean, I just thought like they're sick and tired of this situation, and when you just step on someone like too many times, they're gonna get angry. So I mean, I wasn't.
I mean, it doesn't help that
all the
media showed was the riots.
Of
that
course.
was it.
Exactly.
It was just constant rioting. When in reality, there were a lot of places with peaceful protests that were successful, and I mean, they should shine light on that, but
more on the protest, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and if you watch, I don't know. Sometimes I watch you watch Fox News. It's obviously like so on the right, but it's the same thing. Like all medias are biased. And I was in how's Argentina?
In Argentina is the same. You have
how's Argentina doing like politically?
Politically is a mess.
A mess. We are a mess. I mean, I think all three countries here.
Yeah.
Like
I just feel I don't have any room to talk as an American. I think our politics are pretty bad, but I think it's hopefully we'll get better soon. I'm hoping for that, but I don't think we're.
I don't see it good at all.
I think we're in a pretty deep hole, and we're just.
I don't see good. I don't think I see just US is.
I mean,
going down.
It's gonna take some time.
It's been going down. I think since the first or the second Bush. Since then, I just think I mean, just how the system is shaped, like that. The rich are just getting richer, and the poor are just like getting poorer. And the gap is just getting bigger and bigger, and I don't think people can do it much more. Like, something has to change in the government. I mean, there is too much corruption and everything, and everybody's for like big corporations, like for Amazon or for Google, and nobody cares about the working people.
I mean, when it comes to just like America as a whole, we're so split. Like, we're not completely. We're not a. I mean, the last time I could say that a country was one and was wanted to be together was 9/11. After 9/11, I think our country was like we were strong and we were one, and then that slowly just fizzled out because politics and media just completely split our whole
that's
country.
scary. Just you at something like that.
Something so bad
so
has
bad,
to happen
yeah.
to pull our country together.
But now
and
it's
we just let ourselves split again, and I mean
now it's super. But I think like the thing is like, I think it's like they want the government wants you to be split. You know, like they want you divided because when people get together, they're strong. And like just the fact that you just have two parties is it's fine. It doesn't make sense. I mean, you have more than one party in Argentina.
More than one.
Of
We
course.
have plenty.
Plenty, we do. We have a lot, and it makes sense. I mean, there is so many different views that you can have just two parties. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Did you vote in the 2020?
I did vote. I had to do by absentee ballot. I voted. Yeah.
You want to say who or
I mean, I voted for Biden.
Okay.
That's who I voted for.
Makes
I
sense.
mean, I think at the end of the day,
Makes sense.
it would have been negative either who I voted for.
Of
That's
course.
just my opinion. I
The
mean,
worst two candidates I've ever seen.
Hillary and Trump weren't any better, but
No.
I think it's been pretty poor
I mean-
in the choices. So the last,
I can't tell you about that.
Why?
Because no, yeah, it's impossible.
What do you think? Like, what's your?
I don't know really the
Okay.
what they
You're not very informed.
what they
okay,
have. So
okay. Okay, the thing is, like, for me, they were both really bad. Just one was worse than the other. Like, Trump was worse than Biden. Even if, like, I don't think, like, if you guys elected Trump instead of Biden, stuff was gonna be the same anyway. Nothing was gonna change. Maybe a little bit different about, like, international politics a little bit, and maybe about, like,
Stocks would have gone up.
yeah, I mean, but
He's a businessman.
he's a businessman.
yeah, exactly.
But the thing, like, when people say that the economy was going great, it was going great for the stock, and the stock doesn't reflect how people are and the amount of poverty there is. It's crazy. I mean, it's
Yeah, poverty is everywhere. I mean, there is no country in which there is no poverty.
Yeah.
I know.
It depends, like, the level of poverty, like the percentage. But
And here it's rising a lot.
yeah, it's rising.
It's
Yeah.
rising a lot, and the government is not.
In Italy, it's the same or even worse.
Is the same, really. Like
Yeah.
now we have such a mess, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
hell, with the government. I mean, of course, like COVID, it eats us pretty bad.
No,
Italy, like
yeah,
we
it's-
were kind of the first one.
Yeah, it's getting everything worse, but
But you
yeah.
guys did bounce back hard, and I feel like you guys took it. the
Yeah,
best way
I mean,
possible.
we just.
you guys completely shut down the country. Like
How was in Argentina?
No testing. That's the problem.
No testing.
There's no testing.
Okay.
Yeah.
so
It's
you
a
don't
few
even
compared to the population.
Yeah.
so
I got tested here like 3 times, 4 times, and when I was in Argentina,
No, zero. I know.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. Like in Italy, for a while they were like super slow with testing. Like it was a problem. And I mean, we've been on lockdown for 1 year. It's 1 year now.
Yeah, a year now.
Then like we
would've
stopped for the summer
Yeah, the
just
summer.
because people had to make money like and want to go to fucking vacation. And then we already knew like they opened back, and then September we were like October we were on the way back.
yeah, October it was getting worse, and then November was shit.
And
then,
December they
yeah.
shut down for the
Yeah.
Christmas.
For Christmas, what everything closed.
But now they're closing
Kinda,
again.
I mean,
No, they're closing
so would
again.
you say you think that Argentina has a lot of like cases that just aren't noted because there's just no testing? I mean,
yeah, there's no testing, and also the hospitals are not good for having people. You know.
Okay. Of course, bro. We like our government made cuts to like send to healthcare to health like hospitals and stuff for like 20 years now, and nobody was talking about it. But now that we
Yeah, in
like
emergency,
now we eventually
Yeah.
we could see
Yeah.
where the
problems.
problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, guys in the south of Italy, there were some hospitals. I saw the picture. They were fucking unbelievable. In
Yeah.
Calabria,
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
South
bro.
region of Italy, yeah. We are from the north, so I mean, in my region, healthcare is pretty good. We have a lot of like, yeah.
Still, Lombardia was fucking mess.
But I mean,
He was a fucking mess, bro. The
He
guy,
was?
Yeah, the
He
guy
was?
is the Fontana.
yeah,
the mess.
our government, yeah. But it's still good. I like it.
From where y'all from, was it bad though, COVID wise, like cases and numbers and stuff?
Yeah.
Because I mean, for me,
really
from Virginia Beach, I was pretty lucky. I think
it was pretty chill.
Well, so when schools had closed for us in March, it wasn't like it was a whole nation thing. Like Virginia, where I'm from, we could have still kept going to school because there wasn't a reported case.
There weren't any cases?
No, I mean, I think almost in the summer there was probably only like 104 cases. So I don't think at the end of the day, I think for me, like I didn't get to experience like, and I'm not saying I want to, but like I don't know, for you guys, like you would see like rarely anyone out and stuff.
It was crazy, bro.
Where I'm from, there were still people out. People would go to work, nothing was closed, gyms were open and stuff like that. And we eventually got hit pretty hard, not that hard, but like with like 400 cases in like a month or whatever, which is a lot for us. But still at the same time, like it's just crazy how people really don't care.
Yeah,
like
bro,
especially from where I'm from.
Here, bro, they didn't give a fuck. Like I saw people. I mean, in Missouri when I went. Shout out to Missouri, Crocker baby. But yeah, when I went to Missouri, people didn't give a fuck. Like they just, if you want to wear a mask, good. If you don't.
You don't need to. Yeah.
You don't need to. Like, I mean, and the thing is, like, I can't believe there is like, it's even an argument. Like, mask became political too. Like, imagine this. Like, it's just a piece of cloth in front of your mouth so the germs don't go as far. Yeah. That's it. Like, there is no other. Like it's simple as fuck, and still people.
And what about the lockdowns?
Huh?
What about the lockdowns?
What in Missouri?
In everywhere.
In everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you had to do it, because I mean you have to care for like the elderly because that's who was more. But I think many governments have to help working families and the economy better, like with stimulus check, like giving them money in these periods, and then I don't think there is many country who did it well. I don't know, Argentina.
Argentina was the country that had it for most days.
They locked down.
The lockdown, yeah. Everything was closed, but a lot of time.
How much?
I don't remember, but it was like more than 4 and 5 months, something like that.
No,
but the problem is that a lot of companies had to close.
A lot, bro. Small companies.
Yes. Family-run companies got hit the hardest.
Yeah.
My company, I have a bed and breakfast in Italy, and that's like all money comes from tourism. So it's like if nobody, we are just to close for the whole year. I mean, we're starting going back now, and people are starting to come back, but still, it's it was weird. I mean, also like going in the towns with nobody. Like in town, it was weird as fuck.
Okay, as people, like obviously you live here in America, but as like people not from here, do you think America as a whole could have stopped the outbreak?
Like, a lot better, bro. Trump is like fucking killed. Like he could have done so much better than he did. Like the main thing is like the mental thing. Like he just kept saying that like he wasn't like super trusty, of science and stuff. And people just that follow him, they just even if he's the president, and if he's like just a little bit like uncertain, people are like, yeah, what the fuck? Like, why are you even like a little bit uncertain? You have to be like sure 100%. I mean, science is the only thing we can trust.
Yeah.
I mean, there is people who study this for like 6 years. Imagine like you study this viruses like 6 years of your life, and then at the mass comes like, no, you're wrong. Like masks like are shit. The vaccine doesn't work, and you're like, bro, like I know my shit. Like that's what I live for. Like what? Shut the fuck up.
I mean, when you had Dr. Fauci talking to Trump, and Trump was just not listening to him. I mean, that he's our top of like what is it, risk or something? All of America.
Yeah. Bro, he studied.
And he wouldn't listen to him.
Bro, he was studying his whole life. You think he's just bullshitting?
Yeah, I know, and I mean he predicted how many deaths we would hit.
Yeah, of course.
And the time, and we hit more than what he said, but it was pretty spot on. Yet you're still gonna say he's not.
The argument that many people use to say like that Trump, and I understand like that he gave power to the state governors. That's what they say, but I think as a president you have to take like maybe more. Like bigger action.
And I think, especially as someone that's lived here, when I went back home for like lockdown, all they did was give us a curfew.
I mean,
what is that gonna do? I mean,
I
understand
little bit it is because
okay.
for younger people in Italy now there is, and now it's like 10 I think in Italy.
No, it's 10. It's 10 there too, but
In Italy it's 10, but it's gonna be 8 soon. The curfew.
Yeah.
There is in
there's a
Argentina.
curfew in Argentina for COVID
Yes.
and stuff. Yeah, what
Yeah.
time?
The curfew.
Yeah.
What?
Like
About
you can come back home like later than like you can be around.
You can't be out and about if you don't like if you're not like coming from work.
Like
Exactly like
yeah,
that.
stuff like
It's
that.
exactly
like at 10 in Italy you have to be home. You know what time?
Before midnight.
Before midnight.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean it's
Before.
still
See, I understand that all, but like that doesn't. People will still be out until 10 without masks, without all that.
I know.
I mean, and it's like the best they can do is just say, hey, anything past 10, don't be out. What is that gonna stop?
I know.
I mean, I think
A little bit. I mean, that's the thing is like you can do much more. Like in Italy, they said at night that's when people go out usually. So let's try to stop them. I mean, but as soon as they give them like, it's normal. I mean, when you're locked in like in your house for months, as soon as they like said like you can do something, everybody.
so
it's normal. I mean,
Yeah.
people were going crazy in the house. Like I was lucky as fuck because I was like I live right outside of town in the countryside, and I had like I could go outside. I had like a garden and stuff.
you have stuff to do.
I got stuff. I was in the nature, but I mean, I imagine living in like a big city, Milan, that you're like in an apartment. It's all as fuck.
I'm lucky as well, so
yeah.
I live really close to the lake, so I have a big garden, big house, big garden, so I could go outside playing tennis with dogs. So it was still shit because I mean it's normal. I couldn't see my friends, hang out, go out for dinner or for something else. No tournament for tennis, but I mean I passed it. It was pretty much okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends in which city you
Exactly.
are, because my city is also in front of the sea,
Okay.
so it's in front of the beach.
Nice.
The city is pretty small.
What's the name? Obviously.
Radatili.
Ratatili.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's
Nice
pretty
name.
small. It's in the south of Argentina.
Okay.
And they lifted the quarantine before because the city is pretty small.
Okay.
And we didn't have many cases.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Where is it like close to? Like it's on the.
It's
At the
under-
bottom.
It's at the bottom of
Okay.
the country. Yeah,
Nice.
far away from everything.
Okay. How far from Buenos Aires? Like how many hours?
2 hours on a plane.
2 hours on a plane. Okay.
Yes, pretty far.
Bro, one day I want to come to Virginia Beach
Me
and
too.
I want to come to South America.
Yeah,
a lot.
me
You-
too.
you-
I
will
haven't
receive
been
it.
yet. I want to go to South America bad too.
I wanna see. The thing is like I wanna see you guys. I wanna see like you Argentinians. Then there is Matias Uruguay. So I want like
You will do a
Argentina.
tour.
It's a whole road
Yeah,
trip.
Argentina,
It's a whole
Uruguay,
road trip.
Brazil.
and then go up like maybe Brazil. There is a lot. There is
Venezuela.
Colombia, Venezuela,
Ecuador.
Might have to hit Cuba. Might have to go to Cuba.
Cuba. Yeah, Cuba.
Yeah.
My parents
Yeah.
want to go to Cuba this winter. I think
That's sick. I would love
Cuba.
to go
They
to
say
Cuba,
it's super nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Do you guys have any like dream place you want to go to before you die? Like
When-
a place you have to be. Like you
Okay,
have
the
to
place
go to.
I always like since I was a kid, like one day I have to go to Hawaii. I don't know why. Like
Hawaii.
when I was a kid, I was like one day I saw the beaches. I was like
And the waves.
I was like I have to go.
Yeah. I mean, what's that one place? It's like Boca, where it's like they have the like huts, but they're like it's over water and you walk like
Oh,
bridges.
okay.
Yeah.
And like it's like Boca or something.
Yeah,
like
Boca
that.
Boca.
Yeah,
Bro, crazy.
That's the place I feel like I have to go
But
before I die.
The other one is the sea. The crazy is Indonesia.
Indonesia, the Caribbean, anything in the
So
Caribbean.
you like beach?
I like beach. You like mountain more?
I like castles. So I want
Castles?
to go to Ireland, Scotland, something
I've
like
been
that.
there.
Okay.
I've been there.
It's
I lived
really
in
good.
London. I mean, I've been to the Harry Potter one, like.
Me too.
Oh, I love
Me
it.
too,
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, so,
I want
like,
to go.
It's cold, rainy, but
Yeah.
I mean you get to see some cool castles. So I guess.
Okay.
But other than that,
We have
I
good
mean,
castles too, bro.
bring some
Yeah,
jackets.
I need to go.
Not as much as the other.
Not as much as I can, but we have.
Yeah, because there's plenty of story there.
Yeah.
Yeah, culture.
I think my favorite place was Dublin though. To
Okay.
visit in Ireland, I really recommend it. It was pretty. I mean, it depends. I got hailed on a few times, which sucks as someone that likes to be warm and hates to be cold. But I mean, Everyone's nice there in Dublin.
It's true that it rains every day or something like
There's
that.
a lot.
Yeah, in the UK.
Every time I went to the UK, bro, I went like 4 times to London. Almost every time. At least once every time.
And it holds like probably around like 55 is the most average temperature all year round.
Oh, yes.
Maybe it goes up to 80 in the summer, but it's. I mean, you get used to it, but I don't know.
London is beautiful. I mean, I've been to London. I've been like first times with like school vacation to study, and then I went last year to watch. I watched with my brother. I watched Spurs against Arsenal at Wembley. It was nice.
London Derby.
And then I just went to visit Stamford Bridge, the Chelsea one.
Okay, so as people from Italy, right?
Yeah.
So I lived in Naples for 3 years, and then I lived in Rome for like a few months.
Okay.
Right? I was young, but like my whole idea of Naples, right? And I don't know if it's all for Italy, but Naples, it's pretty crooked. I mean,
that's like where it's Naples is beautiful, but that's where a lot of criminality is. Like the criminality rates are very high, and there's a lot of mafia. That's one of the hotspots of mafia. Let's say Naples, Sicily.
But it's crazy because Sicily is so beautiful. I went to Sicily; it was so beautiful.
The thing about
I'm like, how can there be mafia?
Because you don't see that.
You
don't see that.
The thing about mafia is that now it's everywhere. Like we have in the north. It's just in the north. It's like high. Like they have like suits. They are up top. That's even like more dangerous.
Yeah. So the big dogs. Right?
Big dogs. Yeah.
Okay.
Because like where Milan is like the economic capital.
Center. Yeah.
Have you guys traveled a lot? Have you traveled a lot? No, just here in Argentina.
Just Chile, Brazil, and here.
Okay.
That's pretty good. I mean,
I was Chile.
Yeah. Chile is really good.
It's nice.
Like were you near the coast on Chile, like very close? Or
I went to the
coast.
coast.
Okay.
Yeah. And also close to the mountains. Because Chile is
Chile.
It's a strip. It's a strip, but
it's close to everything.
What about you?
Other let's see what place where I went. That is like I went to Yemen. Yemen. Yeah.
That's weird.
It's I know. I went like
it's Yemen.
Yeah, I know. Yemen. Now you can go anymore. Like it's
a hot spot.
It's a hot spot, and a lot of the thing I saw, I think they're like destroyed from the war. And but it was nice. It was like it wasn't like a hotel resort like kind of vacation. It was like more adventure, like going around.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I really love traveling. It's like one of my biggest passions.
I mean,
yeah, I think
if I could travel every day, I would.
That's the best thing you can do in life is travel.
Exactly. So I traveled a lot in Europe, not out of Europe. I mean, this one is the first time out of Europe.
Really?
In the US, yeah.
Okay.
But in Europe, I think I almost traveled everywhere, and the best place for me is Iceland, Norway.
Denmark. You went to Iceland?
Yeah, bro, it's amazing.
Crazy, bro.
It's nuts.
And Sweden as well. Beautiful girls, beautiful temples.
Yes.
Most important.
I know
Sweden, bro.
Sweden. Yeah, I mean, in Italy we have beautiful girls as well. So yeah, it's true. But I mean, north of blonde.
You have to try different.
Blonde, blue
Yeah,
eyes.
exactly. Yeah. But it's not the most important thing. Oh, maybe yes, but
Yes.
Depends who's talking.
I enjoy. Yeah. I really like it. But I mean, you were talking about London. I've been there for just one thing, Wimbledon.
Okay.
So
you went to watch Wimbledon?
Not during the tournament, but I went in the stadium. Yeah, like
is Wimbledon the one with the red?
No, the grass.
Ah, the grass.
It's one of the famous ones.
It's the most famous tournament.
Yeah, I know. Is the grass like? How is the grass? It's insane.
It's insane. Like it's
perfect.
Like
It's
it's
perfect.
perfect.
Like if you slide on it, it's nothing.
It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. It's perfect.
I mean, they're the best grass in the world.
I think they have
one.
100 people like taking care of that.
Of course.
Every day.
Yeah. But I mean even if you go around like towns, because I went also I went to York also in England, and like even like the houses, like the small garden, they're like perfect. Like people care about the grass.
Yeah. When it comes to me, I got really lucky. I traveled a lot. My dad working with NATO. It's like international forces basically.
Yeah.
So we got to travel a lot. But basically, I say my favorite place to go was Tenerife. It's an island off of Portugal.
Yeah.
Small, hot.
How old were you?
I was 15.
Okay.
16.
Okay, so
like,
you're ready. Okay.
yeah, so I mean, we went to like the only 5-star hotel there. It was probably the best experience ever, and we went twice.
How much did you stay?
For like 2 weeks. It was crazy.
Amazing.
It was amazing. I mean,
So you go to that's like travel like everywhere.
my dad, he's probably been through like 7 passports because you get stamped.
Yeah.
So like he's been through. I mean, he's gone to Oslo. I don't even know where he's gone. He's gone around the world. He's been to South Africa for work, everywhere. But we went to Egypt. That was really cool. Egypt was cool. See the pyramids, ride camels.
I wanna see.
Yeah. Romania, basically all around Europe because of how easy it is, which is why I love Europe. I mean,
You
that
can
was the
go
biggest thing. London to Paris in an hour on a train.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Like that is so crazy to me. Like
I mean, you guys have shitty transportation.
It's
Bro,
so
imagine
bad
if
here.
you had like
so bad.
Bro, imagine if you had good transportation here. How everything would be a lot better.
If I was
Like-
still in London, only having to pay like $4 or $5 to get to downtown home every day.
I mean,
I'd be so rich. The gas I have to pay for my car is like $40 to fill that thing, and
I mean,
it is nuts.
we are
I'm
pretty good.
getting
I'd say
poor.
Italy's pretty good. Like,
It's
about
crazy.
transportation. Yeah. It's not. I mean, we have a lot of problems like in big cities, but I know Milan,
I
bro,
disagree.
is
I mean, yeah, we have, but we have a lot of late.
no, okay.
I mean,
Trains, bro.
organization is shit.
Bro, you have no idea how many times a year I have to get like super fucking mad with trains, bro.
Yeah, there's every time in late.
Every time, bro,
Every
late,
time.
and like you have to catch the coincidence, and like you lose it for like
Yeah,
2
yeah.
minutes,
Yeah,
and like there is the how do you call the guys on the train, like
The operators.
yeah.
Bro, the operators were like, there is other fucking bastards, bro. Fucking hate them.
Yeah.
Would they walk around and be like, show me your ticket?
But yeah, the thing is like,
Yeah.
many times I didn't have my ticket. That's the thing.
So no wonder they're being mean.
I mean, I know.
He was a bad guy.
Huh?
He was
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Well, I don't know.
How's Argentina with trains?
No, with trains and the subway, no, impossible.
Impossible.
It was full of people and it's always late.
Okay. Okay.
No discussion about
I
it.
think just like when I think about like timeless things like Japan, Asia, they're like
Exactly.
perfect.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
another
what,
thing.
we have some in New York. We have some trains in New York, but
I mean, okay, New York.
I mean, yeah, but they're gonna prioritize that. I mean, New York. When you think about
In New
America,
York,
you
New
think
York,
about New York, like Los Angeles, like you know,
Bro,
the
I have
capital.
I have to go to LA.
Yeah, LA is a goal.
I went to LA.
Even
You
though
went?
everyone
It's
there
amazing.
Amazing.
You have everything to do. Everything.
in LA.
Yes.
Yeah, I
It's
just
great.
hear the people.
You
The people
You
are.
been?
No, I haven't been. I have people that like I
How
know.
many states do you think you've been?
Probably like 13.
13.
I mean,
You ever been to Missouri? Nah.
no. I mean, I've been to Oregon. My family's from Oregon. I've been to Washington.
Your family's from
Most of
Oregon.
my mom is there. My dad's side's from
What's
New
your
Jersey.
Oregon like? I know there
Not
was
much.
like the.
Just close to Seattle, I'd say. I mean, there's really not a lot out there.
I know that there is was like the like the gold stuff. I think in Oregon.
The Gold Trail, probably something like that. I don't know. I don't really know about.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
where I literally would go is like Canby. It's literally one of the smallest counties.
Okay.
That's where my grandparents live. So like,
There's nothing.
I mean, I would go there and literally spend time with my
Of
grandparents.
course.
Like it wasn't like I would go out and see anything. But my brother goes to college out there. So it's like literally east and west coast. It's crazy.
Okay.
So, but most of the east coast, New Jersey and up basically.
I like Carolina. I like this state a lot, North Carolina. Like, I mean, that's one of the main reasons I chose this college. Like, I was like, North Carolina, it's like...
I like North Carolina, not Rocky Mount. North Carolina is good. Rocky Mount could be a little better.
True.
Okay,
True.
yeah,
True.
I agree. We agree, yeah.
So
I
we
like
agree as
forests,
well.
I like mountains, so I think if I go to the west a little bit, it will be even nice.
Bro, when I'm...
To Asheville or something like
Yeah.
that.
I heard Asheville's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Asheville is very nice.
Asheville?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is
it's
it?
because you have more things to do.
What is Asheville?
It's
I know Nashville, Tennessee.
No, it's Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah, it's close.
okay.
It's close. Like, how much? 1 hour?
Less than that. I think it's like 40, 50 minutes. Not terrible.
Then we have to go to the sea. We have to go to the sea here in North Carolina. What do you think is the best sea of the U.S.? Like the state who has the best sea?
Like the best beach?
Yes, the best
I mean, I don't know. I would like to say
Florida.
Yeah.
I think
So,
Florida too.
of
I mean,
course.
my uncle told me that
But
there is
it's
like
sand. Is like
the thing is like you have ocean, so it can be like as it's nice as ours, honestly,
Yeah.
because ours is like close, it's a closed sea.
Mhm.
But there is
It was nice.
there is
It was
the
always nice, yeah.
where there is the Gulf, like in Florida, like like close to Alabama. There is like it's more a closed Gulf, so like the beaches are nicer.
I mean, I would say the best sea I've ever swam in was in Dubai. Amazing.
Okay.
But
Dubai.
I was only there for like a day, but it was like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But, yeah. When I
You went to see Italy.
Yeah, I've been to see Italy. I don't know what. I just near Naples, but I mean, I was young. I was really young in Italy.
No,
so.
bro, the scene.
Sardinia.
Amalfi. Have you ever been to Amalfi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro.
I mean, I lived in Bahrain, which is like a small island near Saudi Arabia.
You live in Bahrain
Yeah,
too?
for 2 years.
Bro, that's crazy.
My dad ran the base there. So,
Okay.
Oh my god.
but
He's a big guy. He's a big guy.
He is.
He is.
yeah,
He is.
but I couldn't swim in the ocean there. It was so salty.
Okay.
They had the what is it like the Red Sea or something?
Oh,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Red Sea.
Yeah. So like, you wouldn't want to go swimming in the ocean there because you would jump in and just like burn alive. The salt would be so bad. And as a kid, I would be like,
Nah.
it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
I would dive in, swim, and open my eyes, come out crying, burn, skin dry as hell. Like it was just wasn't fun. But I mean, I don't know. For me, I would say the best beach in the U.S. I don't know, because Virginia Beach has really nice beaches. The Sandbridge one, which is like the nice, like where the beach houses are, the nice rich area.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like completely natural. The sand perfect, not too like hard or anything, right? But yeah, I don't know. I think Florida's probably got the best beach. Even though Miami's like handmade or whatever, I'm pretty sure. It's still pretty good.
I wanna go to my first spring break.
It's too expensive.
Maybe.
You wouldn't want to go.
No, not Miami, not Miami. Florida.
Oh, just Florida in general.
I was thinking about honestly Florida, but like where I told you, like Florida, Alabama, like it's
Oh, yeah,
on
the
still
tip.
Florida, but close to Alabama, and they said there's like crazy parties, and there is like it's
And
cheaper.
it wouldn't be too expensive.
And
yes.
it is cheaper, yeah, exactly.
Dude,
I mean, we can do it. We can do it.
We will do it, bro.
We will.
Cancun.
By us?
Yeah.
Let's go to Cancun.
I think we
Everyone
have
is
to.
invited.
The closest thing first is Myrtle Beach. That's not even. That's like an hour and a half from here.
South Carolina, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Myrtle Beach.
That's
I
like
hear it's
the
really
famous-
good.
it's
Really
like
good.
the-
Really good
it's where
beach.
there is the how do you call like the London Eye?
Yeah, the Ferris wheel thing.
Yeah, first
Yeah.
The,
So, I mean-
I saw there is one.
Yeah. But I mean,
Where?
in Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach.
Beach.
It's like a famous beach.
Well, that's just where. I mean, the biggest thing is I don't know if we'll experience it, but there's like a college beach weekend. Have you heard of that? None of you guys have heard about it, but basically like there's a weekend where it's a long weekend, so we get Friday and Monday off, and like all these college students just go to like certain beaches, and they'll be full of college students for the whole weekend. Like I'm talking,
That would
Phil,
be
like
nice stuff.
so Virginia Beach, so where I'm from, there was like 36,000 college students that had come into Virginia Beach just for the beach. 36,000
Bro, I
students.
can imagine.
That's crazy. That's just crazy. And as a high school, I'm like, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
But like literally, they would have cops out there because like people were getting like robbed and stabbed and stuff. But like, I mean, when you have drunk college students all everywhere,
Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna
Of course, as a sophomore in high school, I went down there and I'm like,
This
yeah.
crazy.
I was like, yeah.
In
When I'm
which
in
part of
college,
the
I'm gonna do
year it
this.
is?
Huh?
In which part of the year it is, or is random?
I don't. I think it's got to be near like spring break. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not completely sure. I think I have to search it up. But
It's a luck you don't have.
ever since in high school, I just manifested. I was like college beach weekend.
Bro,
that's it.
In
That's
US,
it.
when I was in Italy, I was like, and I was like college, like videos and stuff. I was like, yo,
That's the life. And
that's
then
the life. That's
and
what I'm
then
gonna do.
freshman year, COVID. Nope.
Yeah.
Nothing.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Nothing. All that.
We have to
Everything's
wait.
closed.
We have to wait a little bit.
Not
Yeah.
not that much anymore.
I mean,
think we are getting
I
better.
hope so. I hope so. I mean, the vaccines are doing good.
I think.
Bro, you guys know somebody or like you personally like who don't want to get the vaccine, who are like scared of the vaccine?
No,
Nah.
not close to me. No.
Because in my class the other day, in my English class, they asked, and there's like 3 or 4 people who's like, nah, I don't know, like I don't think this is safe. Like I was like, man, come on, are you serious?
I mean,
I was like, just like you get vaccinated for like you get other vaccines,
tetanus,
Eh,
flu,
all
like,
other vaccines, and you
Yeah.
just trust them. This just because it became like a discussed topic. No, this maybe they did something to it or they didn't have much testing about it. But it's just like you have to trust it. Like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I mean the how do you call like the root of the virus. It's a like SARS.
Yeah.
It's like a common known, like, so they already worked on that. Like
Yeah.
they just have to. So that's why it was that quick. Like
The other thing with the vaccine is, did you guys hear about the other strand of COVID coming out of Africa that
we have the
that-
English
that
variant.
overpowers the
Yeah.
vaccine?
We have the English variation in Italy. Like
Well,
that's what
there's one in
I'm
Africa
not
that beats the
understanding.
vaccine.
I'm not understanding like.
I don't get it.
But yeah, they said like
What
the
do you
virus
get?
mutate, like how the virus mutates, you know.
Yeah, in
They
order
say
to
it changes.
survive. In order to survive.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's like what Darwin said
Yeah, it's true.
200 years ago.
Yeah.
And I mean,
But it's weird compared to viruses.
it's just a mess, man. Like it's got to be
Bro, you know,
end of my senior year. It's like
Crazy,
COVID.
bro.
I'm like, wow. I was
nah,
so excited.
you didn't go to prom.
No prom, no graduation, like
No
none
party.
of that.
No.
Nothing. I mean,
Bro, and like
there
here-
were gatherings,
yeah.
but we weren't supposed to have them.
Like in the US, the last year of high school is like chill. Like that's the year you enjoy. Like you do the good stuff. In Italy,
I
it's
like
the
it,
exact opposite.
It's
Like,
the worst
last
one.
year you have is the worst. You have the big ass exams at the end.
Yeah.
Like you have, bro. Like we have.
Well, here
Okay,
they set you up to
Huh?
like. They basically set you up
bro.
like,
Yeah,
to
honestly,
ride out
I
in your
was
senior year
thinking-
just smooth.
I was thinking about it like the other day. Weren't you like since elementary school? Like one day there is that
Yeah.
one day there is that big
Yeah.
thing like it's called maturita, and like you already know that one day there is that big thing at the end of everything.
Yeah.
Like when you do that, you're free.
Yeah.
I remember I just like mine. I was chill at mine. Like I was like I didn't get out with like very super good grades because I didn't care a lot. I just walked inside because you have the exam with like all
A lot
the
of
bro
people.
every professor you have
In front of you.
in front of you, like, and you're in this room. They're all there and they can ask you random questions and stuff.
Yeah, someone are not your professors.
And some are like other school professor who
Yeah.
come to your
So
school.
you don't know
So
that.
you have half and half.
Yeah.
And I just walked in like smiling. I was like, yo, what's up? Like, yo, what's up? And I started talking. I was chill. I just walked down. I was like, thank you. I popped a bottle of like wine outside and just went home.
I was really scared. Though.
Yeah, you were really
Yeah,
scared.
I was.
No, I was before. I was like, okay, but then as soon as I walked in, I was like, you can do it.
Yeah, I couldn't wait in order like to finish everything
me too.
because as soon as I exit the door of the school, I was like free,
I'm
completely
I'm
free.
Do you guys have anything like the SAT?
Yeah.
You have something like it? Do you guys have,
Yeah.
you know what that SAT is?
Yeah,
right?
we had to take
Wait,
it
we have-
before coming here.
Do you have it in Argentina?
Mhm.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
I
Well, that
mean, we
was-
did it to come here.
But we don't have anything like it, you know.
No, like,
Oh, no, no.
if you were
to
gonna-
answer to my country, no. There's
Oh,
not
so
that.
like in Argentina, there's colleges in Argentina. Obviously, you don't need it. There's no SAT.
I
in,
mean,
like, your
in
country.
Italy, in many universities, they take your graduation grade because you have like from 1 to 100,
Mhm.
and then they take maybe some have like an exam to enter the school.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. that was the thing with us. Is every high school, every year in
You
high
take-
school,
What's your SAT score?
I got like 1290.
Ah,
No
that's
study.
good, that's good,
I mean, it's pretty good. I could have done a lot better. I
I
didn't
mean,
study for it.
1290 for us, it's too like you
What?
do it. This SAT.
Yeah, I got 1,150, something like that.
For me,
But
that's my range.
Because I studied a lot of maths, physics, so SAT is gonna be like half English and half maths. So I was really good in maths
I was the opposite.
and not that good in English.
Bro, what was easy for you the math in the SAT?
Yeah,
Bro,
it was
Bro, for me, it was like I'm like terrible at math. Like I don't remember anything I did in high school. Like I forgot everything. Like when I had to do that stuff, I was like, I have to take lesson from
The
someone.
one thing I hated was they gave you that formula sheet. None of the questions had any of those formulas. So why would they give you those formulas?
Yeah.
So I would read a question.
Yeah.
I would read a
I
question,
use this a lot.
and I'm like, shoot, I forget the formula. Flip to the front, and I'm like,
What is it? No,
like,
what is-
what are
what
these
is-
formulas? Like,
Yeah.
You didn't.
like the circumference of a circle, and there's not a question anything involving a circle. Why would they give me that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but I mean the SAT. But with
Yeah,
high
we-
school, they would push that so much. Like every year, they would randomly we would have, because we had advisories every
Okay.
Wednesday. We'd have to go, like, you were assigned an advisory class. You would go in.
Oh
and
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about it.
Last hour.
Yeah, basically. they would hit us with random, basically pre-SATs that we had to take. Obviously, I would just sleep through them. I was like, these PSATs, I don't care about them. I would sleep through them because, like, honestly, but it was crazy. I took like 5 or 6 through high school, and I'm like, why? Like, you know
it's very big, right? Like for
it's
getting
so huge. They push that so much. I mean,
and I didn't get to do it like I remember I scheduled it for the. It was like exactly 1 year ago. It's like the 13th of March of last year. And I was getting ready, and then like 1 week before lockdown,
everything closed. Yeah,
I didn't do it. And I did the because we had to do like an English exam to come here, the TOEFL.
TOEFL, yeah.
And like that one I did it online. I remember with
that was really
guy,
hard.
There was a guy watching me.
And the only problem is with
How much
SAT with SATs is
80.
Yo, no, 99 I think or 98.
Yeah.
the only thing with me is I don't know why they like have to time it so like
That's
discreetly.
bro.
Like,
the problem is the time. Bro,
like
the
you,
problem
you just have enough time. It's not
Yeah.
like you have any spare time. So like, I know with one of the math sections you had 10 minutes to do 10 questions, right? And obviously they're not just a
That's
minute
the
a
problem,
question.
bro, the
So
time.
so like I would literally, I'm not even thinking about the question list. I'm thinking about how long have I been on this question, which is literally like, why? What is this helping me in the future?
The thing is like
I'm not gonna be rushed this bad, like like later. But I don't know. I think it's just that like whole if you can't do this in an amount of time, you're ready. You're not like smart or I don't know. Like that's just how they categorize you.
Bro,
like,
I got
I'll
out.
never get that.
I got out of high school with like bad grades, but I'm still like that doesn't.
Does impact, yeah.
And I know people who got with like highest grades that are like this.
I know. I just know people in general that are straight A students, but like dumb as a box of rocks when it comes to like
bro, because
social skills or just like.
Bro, if you study a lot, if you study like 10 hours a day, of course you will have good grades. Like I don't give a fuck. Like that's not.
But then those same people could probably not sit here and have like conversations with us. You know
Yeah,
because they would be lost. You know, like that's the thing.
You do for yourself, like it's just a number.
Yeah,
me too. Like I mean, culture in general is just super important to me, but I think it should be more to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, Italy is like there is a lot of and here
Ignorant people.
a lot of ignorant people,
A
and
lot.
here in the US as well.
Too
of
many.
course.
Too many.
I don't know about Argentina, but I think
It's the same.
it's
It's
the
the
same.
same as in Italy. Yeah.
Yeah, but everywhere.
Everywhere.
I just don't get how some schools can require it and some schools can't. So then
The
why
SAT.
do we even have it? Yeah, why do we even have it if you can let some schools not require it and some require it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand that. I understand the whole standardized testing thing. I think it's important to standardize test.
Yes.
I
but
just think
still,
like
this thing is like
simply not letting someone into a college because their SAT scores aren't good but their grades are good. I think is a little, little messed up.
but
I think
it's,
I think that's not fair.
it's
But
yeah, if like it's a thing you have to base off something. Like if you don't know the person, you have to base yourself on something. But the thing is like now school nowadays is just like you are a grade. Like in Italy, like the only thing like you care about are grades. Honestly, like I always think like I have to get 6. Like I have to get at least 60% every time. Like I had so I did like calculation. If I get 4 on this test and I have to get 8 on the next one to get 6.
I'll be fine. Yeah.
All the time, bro. All
Me
the
too.
time, and like
I was doing it.
like the life you have in high school, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Just the school is shit.
Yeah, the system is.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
system.
good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
the
good at all.
system.
I agree.
that's
I
one of my
didn't
best
enjoy
memories
it.
in high school.
No, bro.
Some
High
of
school,
the best memories in high
bro.
school.
High school year were amazing. For me, were like the best.
We already discussed about that.
Oh yeah. You went to like high school. It was like you had to study.
Yeah, I was studying
Like
like
24/7, like it was OD.
It's too
yeah.
much.
Too much.
Too much for us.
Yeah. I didn't enjoy at all like my 5 years of high school. Never.
Bro, crazy.
So the thing is though, with yours is they're gonna actually make motivated students to like actually keep working. Here in America, you either get some people that don't give any 2 fucks about the school. They just go legally because they have to.
Okay.
I don't know.
There is people.
I don't know if you guys know that, but like you're legally not allowed to like not go to school. Then your parents will get in trouble.
16. I think
Yeah.
16.
Yeah,
Your parents will get in trouble,
In
right?
Italy, it's
So like
16. It's
I
16.
literally knew people that literally just came just because they legally had to. Like, and I'm like, but they wouldn't pay attention in class. They would sit in the back. They would do like this. So I'm like, it all depends. I mean, if a school's super duper strict, like you're saying yours is, I think that's they're like they're getting the most out of your students. It may suck, but hey. You know what I'm saying? You're not dumb. That's
No, of course,
It's very
of course.
smart, but
I mean, everybody has something they can do good, I think.
everyone's different too.
Yeah.
But how are high schools in Argentina? What would you say?
My school was pretty difficult compared to the other ones in the same area.
Difficult in like the amount of work and stuff, or just,
Yeah,
okay.
the time that you have to study is more than in the other ones, but I think the level it was not so difficult.
Okay,
So
you learned,
they-
but you learned good, like you learned.
Yeah, of course. Yes, we have a good level of English. We have really good stuff.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I went to, because that's the difference between our system and the American one is that like we have like when you're in the 8th grade, third year of middle school, you can choose to do like a linguistic high school or a scientific one, or maybe humanistic, or maybe you want to learn to do a job, so you go to the mechanical high school, and here it's just like this school in your hometown, you have to go to that school.
Yeah, it's just
you
area,
cannot
it's
choose.
all by area code.
Yeah, you cannot choose like to go. If I want to go to a school 45 minutes away in Italy, I can. It's my like it'll be shit traveling, but I know people who do just because there is that school 40 minutes away.
I mean, it depends. Here, where I'm from, there was academies that you could go, like STEM academies. So like
That's
you could,
private though.
Yeah, no, public school.
Ah,
Public
okay.
school academy. So like my school had an academy, and I played soccer with a few of the guys that like had told me like they would live like 30 minutes away. I'm like, why are you coming to this school? And they're like, the academy is really good. I'm like,
Again,
Okay.
I wouldn't, but
I mean, like in my opinion, my school pretty shit. So
what was the name of that?
Lansdowne.
Lansdowne High School.
Lansdowne High School. So, Eagles,
I
yeah,
remember.
yeah. So when it came down to everything, like, our school was just like kind of there. Like when you talk, you said like like there are like our conference, with,
Wait.
like the high school groups basically.
How big was like
2,500.
2,500. Okay, fucking big.
So think about it like this, right? So when I was in London, I was going to a private school. So my grade, roughly 70 people in my grade class. So you knew everyone. You knew everyone, right?
Yeah.
I went from that to a public school. My grade class, 500 and like 60 something people.
Like the graduation
That's
class.
crazy.
It's too big.
500.
It's
Bro,
insane.
in Missouri, my graduating class was like 40.
That's insane.
My whole town was 1,000 people, bro.
That's insane.
The whole town was 1,000 people.
Wow.
Love you, Kroger.
Wow. 40 people. That means everyone. I love that.
You know, bro.
I love that.
And bro, I was the Italian, bro. Like people knew me
As
you
the
know?
Italian.
As Italian.
40
Then
in the class? I mean, in the whole class?
The whole grade.
In the whole
Oh,
grade, like so,
okay,
like
okay.
12th grade, because I was a senior, even if I was not supposed to be, I was supposed to be a junior. Yeah, it was like 40 people, but it was a really good year. I mean, we soccer, it was super nice. I mean, I'm not done, bro.
Like 11 people.
I mean, there were, bro, but the level, bro. When I came there, I was like, come on, like, I'm not super good, but I could do, bro. I did Rabonas in game, nutmegs, everything. I just had fun on the field.
The one thing I'll hate about the Italian school system is that they made me do 4th grade twice. I'll never forget that because that pissed me off. As all my friends.
So you came to Italy?
I came to Italy, and so I was like probably like 8. I just left Florida at the time, so I came there, and I think I was in 3rd grade or something. And I'd finished 3rd grade, but I was 12, and my birthday's in July, so they had told me legally I couldn't go to 5th grade, middle school, because I wasn't 13 and I was too young. But I'm watching all my friends go up to 5th grade. I'm like, what do you mean? Like I passed. I had all A's.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? And they're like, sorry, you're gonna have to do 4th grade again.
Bro, but how was like? I didn't ask.
And by
you
the
this,
way,
like,
I'm like,
you do school in English?
Yeah.
Like there was there were people who helped you with school.
It was a private school
in Italy.
Yes, I went to an American school,
Okay.
but I learned.
Bilingual school or just English?
But you learned Italian.
I took Italian.
Okay.
Obviously, I didn't hold a lot, but I took Italian and I learned. We had like our history class was just Italian history.
Okay.
Makes okay.
And I told you the only thing I remember from that class was like that one woman.
Let's see.
She's in like history. I cannot remember. She brings the kids gifts.
La Befana,
Yeah, Befana. La Befana. There you go. That's the only thing I remember
It's
because
Tiffany, bro. Like it's when you know the i Re Magi, the three guys who bring gifts to Jesus.
no.
Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Mirra, you know what I'm talking about.
Melchiorre,
Melchiorre, Baldassarre,
Gaspare.
Gaspare.
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
you don't know.
No, I
Like,
don't
there is
know.
3 people who follow the star, I think.
Yeah, the stars. Yes,
They
exactly
follow
like
the
that,
star and they bring like gems or like a stone,
No,
like
gold.
gold, mirra.
Mirra.
I don't know,
and,
but gold and
yeah.
stuff to Jesus. You don't know that.
No.
Okay, but like in theory, on the day they arrive to Jesus, that's like around the 7th of January. That old lady brings you candies or
If you are good,
or
or carbon.
Carbon. This we have
Carbon.
the same.
You know, coal.
Coal,
Yeah,
yes,
carbon is
it's
another.
called-
Yeah, we call carbone. That's why.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, so that's something I really remembered because I
That'd
was
be
like,
fun.
because I was,
History.
because
What
see,
is the
I
history?
know like the main American like holidays like Easter, all that.
That's
So I would walk into class. I'm like 9 gifts, like candy and stuff. I'm like, this is sick. I'm like, yes,
Yes,
I like
Befana.
that. I like Befana. But I just remember like, I mean, only obviously, you know, like when it comes to memory, you remember like the bad things. Like,
Yeah.
You tend to remember. So when I was in Rome, me and my dad were walking the Colosseum, and I had gotten like almost robbed, like me, like
Yeah, a
by,
kid.
by gypsies. Like they were literally trying to pull me away from my dad.
That's crazy.
That's
bro.
Italy.
That's what
That's Italy.
Nah.
See, so Rome. So all I remember is I'm 8 years old. Literally, like my dad is like holding me, and I'm getting pulled, and like he's holding on to his wallet and me, right?
Okay.
And they're
Bro, the
like,
thing
they're
is
like
like
going in
they're
his
super,
pocket.
bro. They're super good at like steal, like that's
Oh, yeah.
looting, like how do you say?
But they are not
like
Italian.
mugging,
Pickpocketing.
yeah, like pickpocketing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like on trains, like you had to always have your phone and stuff in your phone pockets
Yeah,
because
yeah.
people would literally pretend to
Bro,
bump
in the
into
subway,
you.
pretty
They would
good.
pretend to
Bro,
bump
somewhere,
into you,
and
and
then it's
then
like one thing. If you want, like when you see now all the like the backpack
yeah.
here
In the front. Yeah.
in front, a lot of people do.
Well, I would just have my hands
Is
on
there
all
a lot
my
of-
stuff.
Like
Of
big
course,
company.
of course there is, yes. In Buenos Aires, a lot.
A lot.
You have to take care of everything. Yeah.
Like I see always.
Not in my city. In my small
It's
city,
chill.
it's always.
Because people
no
in
crime.
your small
They-
city,
everybody
I mean,
knows each other.
Yes,
That's the thing.
that's the reason.
that's good.
Man, it's 20,000, so it's like small, but still it's a town. Like 20,000 people. It's how many is your
13,000.
13,000?
Yeah.
What's the name?
Mandello.
Mandello.
Bro,
Bro, you never told me.
Mandello dell'Aria.
Mandello, che nome. Okay.
Yeah, bro. It's
Top.
really famous because I don't know if you know, guys, but we have like a brand, a bike brand, Moto Guzzi. Do you know Moto
I
Guzzi?
think I've probably seen it though.
Yeah, Moto Guzzi is like too famous. So
Like a
yeah, it's
motorbike?
brand.
Motorbike?
Motorbike, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, it's a motorbike with the M. I promise you, if you look at is their emblem like red and a little black or something like that?
L'aquila, come si dice aquila?
Eagle.
Eagle, yeah, it's like an eagle. The
Yeah.
same as an eagle.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Yeah,
Maybe yes, maybe
yeah, I will
yes.
show you. Yeah,
In
so
you know.
it's famous for that.
Okay, you know my town is famous for you know the I caschi,
Yeah.
the motorbike
Helmets.
helmets,
Helmets.
AGV.
Sì,
A Misano Gino Valenza.
Oh,
Valenza is my town. Like there is a
we know each other like in the podcast because I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
yeah. A Misano Gino Valenza. And my other thing that my town is famous for, Valenza 1548, is like we were like the capital of like jewelry. So like we have like not because there was gold, but because there were people good at like working with jewels.
Yeah.
For example, like Kamala Harris at the presentation, the necklace she had, he passed through Valencia, like he went through Valencia.
Yeah.
Or Obama, he bought like I think his daughter or Michelle, I don't remember, her necklace in Valencia.
Okay. I don't know what my Virgin Beach is famous for. I think the biggest thing is Pharrell Williams, obviously.
Yeah.
He went to high school. And
Oh, I saw.
He went to
Pharrell
high school
Williams.
in
Okay.
Princess Anne. So literally like 10 minutes from high school, he went to high school at Princess Anne.
Okay.
So he owns something called Sun in the Water. It's a huge event on our beach, on our most famous beach.
Okay.
He basically built the stage last year I didn't go, but he had Chris Brown, Jay-Z,
In your town.
Yeah, Lil Uzi.
Crazy.
I could pull it up, but like 40 artists, like the biggest artists, right? This year, obviously, like last year, I had my senior year, I had tickets to go. COVID canceled it.
Crazy.
There was Lil Uzi Vert, Machine Gun Kelly, like anyone you could think of like that was mainstream. Pharrell Williams was bringing to perform, and it's a whole weekend thing. It's during spring break,
like Rolling Loud.
and basically it's like during spring break. It's like Thursday to Sunday, all day performers, different performers, and it's like
Beautiful.
on the beach. So like,
Bro, it's crazy.
and it's like it's just like one big mosh pit. Like I'll have to show you after the podcast though, like the videos of what it was amazing. It was insane. It was crazy. I mean, like
I want to go. You know Rolling Loud. You know what Rolling Loud is?
Rolling Loud.
It's like the biggest like music festival, and like all the hip hop like
Travis Scott, like all the big people.
It's like
there.
Tomorrowland,
And
but in other genre.
Yeah, it's Tomorrowland but hip hop. You know Tomorrowland?
No.
Bro,
The
Tomorrowland.
biggest festival ever in the history.
The biggest tech, because it's techno music.
So like EDM.
Yes, exactly.
EDM.
Oh,
techno.
Tomorrowland, yeah.
Bro.
I've seen like the stages are huge. It's like
Exactly.
You have no idea.
You've been?
Nah, I wish,
Oh.
but I will go one day. I will
Have
go
to.
one day.
Me too. I really want to.
It's famous as fuck, bro. And the tickets go away like.
Oh no, yeah, Sam's Rolling Loud.
Bro, and
They are too
the
expensive.
first time that like that it's always in the US,
Yeah.
Rolling Loud.
Mm.
For the first year, the last 2020, they were gonna do in Europe. But I was like, okay, in Europe,
Like that.
if they
It's
do it
easy,
like
yeah.
if they do it like London or Paris, I can go. Like it's
Yeah,
not
it's
far.
not
You know
terrible.
you know where they were doing it on a small ass town on the beach in Portugal. That I looked, it's beautiful, but it's like far as fuck. Like I mean, you have to take the airplane, then the.
Another one.
So kind of near Tenerife, like the islands off Portugal.
It's not an island, but it's a town.
Oh.
Like it's a small town.
Inside Portugal.
Inside
Portugal,
Portugal.
though.
Yeah.
Weird place.
Weird place.
Weird place.
And I was like, they probably choose like Berlin or London, stuff like that.
Something like that. Something
Because
big.
Berlin is like the Italian the European capital of like techno.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember that.
Crazy. I never been to. You've been to Berlin?
No.
Me either. I have to go. I have to go to a few capitals. I want to go to Prague. I haven't been.
Amazing.
Prague, amazing.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, I will go for sure. I will go for sure. Amsterdam.
Spicy goods.
For you,
Bro,
Amsterdam for you is.
Bro, you know Amsterdam, of course.
Yes,
You didn't be,
I
yeah.
haven't been. I need to.
Yeah, you need as well.
What's there? The red light district. Everything.
Bro, okay. There is marijuana is legal.
Red light district.
This is so prostitution is legal. I mean, you literally like walk on the street and there is like prostitutes in the
There and then dispensary.
in the windows, bro.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
the
the
windows,
window.
yeah,
And then
dispensary.
dispensary.
And then I mean you what other things? it's just and there is a lot of art too. Like Amsterdam is nice.
It's
There is,
pretty. Yeah.
like there is a lot of museums that a lot of people go. A lot of Italian guys go see when they go to
Okay,
Amsterdam.
so Venice. Have you guys been to Venice?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, you haven't really. You've
Oh.
never had time to make it down there.
No, it's on the other side. I know where I've never been.
Okay.
I will go though.
I think I want to go there in winter when the river's frozen
Okay.
and people ice skate on it and stuff. I think that would probably be the best time. But cool when there's boats. Just
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's cool as hell.
Well,
That's
yeah,
so cool. Like- Have you guys been to Greece? That's like
I've been to
right?
Greece.
Greece, nice.
Greece is beautiful.
Just in the island. Carpathos. It's called Carpathos.
I've been
It's
to
amazing.
Milos, Folegandros, and Anafi.
Been to Athens?
Huh?
Athens.
Yeah, landed
Yeah.
there.
That's-
No, bro, Greece, beautiful.
So, but it's so crowded, so packed.
I mean,
so
the thing,
crowded.
the island I went to small islands.
Yeah.
Like I went to a few big ones, but I went to small islands,
Mm.
and the small one are.
You like no tourism.
Yeah, no, I like less tourists.
Yeah.
I need to go to Europe.
No,
Yeah.
bro, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Because-
Bro, when you come to Italy, just call us.
Cool.
I will,
For
definitely.
I mean, the
For
best
sure.
thing is with Europe is you can literally go. Like, it's so easy to get
No
around in
passport.
Europe. It's so crazy.
No
though,
passport,
but also
nothing.
that too. But it's just so easy to travel there. Like trains, like I told you, London to Paris for like what? About like $20,
Bro.
$25 for in an hour.
Bro, the best vacation I can think of that I will do it, I think, next year or like after 2 years. It's called Interrail. You know what it is?
Where is?
Like you buy a ticket
On the train.
and you can go.
Ah, yeah,
you can
yeah,
take
yeah, yeah.
every train in Europe, bro.
You can
So
take whatever you want.
you do like maybe you start in Milan, then you do Paris, 2 nights you party, 2 nights Amsterdam, 2 nights Berlin, 2 nights Prague, and you come back, bro. Imagine with 2 or 3 of your friends, what can happen, bro? In a trip like that, like 3 nights you party.
One day you're in Paris, then in Amsterdam. The next night, oh my god.
And what you do, like it's just like it's crazy. And you just take the train and go from one place to another. You don't have like you just have a backpack with you. That's it. You just have a backpack with like a big one.
With some clothes,
With
yeah.
some clothes.
Yeah.
That's it. I wanna do it. I wanna do it a lot. I will do it.
How much is that thing? It gotta be like $100, right?
A lot. No, I think it's quite a bit because you think how many miles of.
And think about you'd have to get places to stay in each place.
Yeah. But like usually, like my brother did it. That's why I know. My brother, he said it was crazy. I think, yeah, he bought like he booked rooms with all the apps.
Yeah.
What is it
Like
TripAdvisor? Yeah, those.
Have you ever been to Paris? Have you? No.
Where?
What do you guys think of Paris? Do you guys think it would be like pretty, all that?
My friend says
It's
that.
actually like dirty as hell. So
Oh
dirty.
yeah, some people
everywhere.
say that. Yeah.
Naples, bro.
No, Naples is dirty too. But when I went to Paris for a baseball tournament, because we traveled from London, like literally my school.
You played
traveled.
baseball in London?
Yeah, but it was like crazy because I'm going to Paris for the first time as an American. I'm like, like this is the place of love. Like this is the shit, right? And I get out and it's just like trash flying in the streets, like with the wind and stuff. I'm like, this isn't really what I expected. But I mean,
but then you see the city. You went around the city.
Eiffel Tower, saw the Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
It was nice, but I mean, it's dirty. It's pretty dirty.
Do you think Rome is better? Definitely.
Yeah, I think Rome. I think I'd rather if I would go, I'd rather go to Rome.
Bro, of course.
I would
there
rather
is
go to
so
Rome.
much. I mean, I know what you see in Rome, but there is stuff you can travel Rome
You can
like
never find bad food either. No matter where you
no
go.
bad food, and like you can never stop. Like you always find something to see. Like maybe
The
there is like
Colosseum,
one house that is like what you see. That is like I don't know, 500 or 1,000 years old. Yeah, that's the thing about Italy. Like every place you can find something that is like super old or historic or.
Yeah.
Are the roads narrow in Argentina?
The roots.
Are they narrow? Are they small?
Oh yeah.
They're very small too.
Smaller
So America is just really big.
biggest roads.
I've seen it in
So
Paris
many
and
lanes.
in Paris and Rome. Like you literally one car lanes.
Yeah,
Like,
one car.
That's why the cars
I mean,
are smaller
sometimes,
roads.
but I'm talking about like in like the city. Like if you were to drive, like people would have to pull like into the crosswalk to have another car come by. Like,
so many people in the US wouldn't have a license in Europe.
they wouldn't be able to drive even if they did have a license.
That's
I
the
don't feel
thing.
like I don't know. I think I could probably do it, but it would be annoying.
Bro, you have no idea how mad I get in the car, bro, in Italy.
No,
you know the thing, like my thing about my town, there is so many stupid roundabouts. Bro,
Just like useless ones, right? Like don't need to
useless.
be there.
I swear, like they're like big as this. I swear, I'm not joking. Like big as exactly as this table, this tall, so you can easily go over it. And like they don't make any fucking sense. So and then there is people who don't put the blinker on, who don't stop, and bro, you get just mad as fuck all the time.
I'll still stand by my word that like I think I've seen the worst drivers ever in Italy.
Or the best.
The worst.
Or the best. That's what you have to think about.
They're
Like,
really bad, but they're really good.
Exactly. That's what,
They're
like,
really
it's,
bad, but
it's,
they're really
the
good.
thing is like traffic is so bad that you have to be a really good driver.
Yeah, but
And think about that. All the cars you've seen, they were like almost like 90% they were automatic. Like they weren't automatic.
Just think about it.
It was stick.
if they flipped it just think about it for like a month. If they switched, Italy had their very big roads and
Okay.
US had the small roads.
You would have like 1,000 accidents a day.
Not even an hour. An hour at least. It would be crazy. I feel like because people are such dicks here that drive.
And bro,
Have you
you
seen
cannot.
that?
They're here like in Italy. If you cannot parallel park, I mean you cannot drive. Like you have to learn. Like that's what you do all the
Might as
time.
well not drive.
Here, like all the girls not those girls, but a lot of people I ask, they're like, no way, you know.
Good females here haven't really changed my mind about if females can really drive.
I mean, I think no. That's like I gotta say, like my ex-girlfriend, she was. I gotta admit, she was a little better than me at driving. parking shoes.
What's the age to drive in Argentina? 18.
18.
Everything 18.
So
Yeah,
so,
but
like
all
at
of-
18,
all of the
at
people
18
is
you can get your license.
You
have to
can
a
get your
permit.
license.
So
But
can
people
you
with
get a permit
17
before?
drives also. Yes.
Oh, so that's breaking the law.
Yeah.
Okay. What
Yeah,
is
it's
it?
18. Italy has
So what do you guys think about us letting 15, almost 16-year-olds drive?
I mean, it's cool. I mean, and I think it's also connected to the fact that it's like
We have no chains.
easier driving. And
Yeah.
America is built for cars.
Yeah.
Like you have drive-through for fucking everything, bro.
Mhm.
One, because you're lazy as fuck. I mean, we don't like you have
Stereo
even
cars.
pharmacies, bro.
Yeah.
With the drive-through
pharmacies.
pharmacies.
Even the banks.
Everything.
The banks
Everything.
too. Yeah. That's,
Banks, yes, it's true. Banks, cool. I mean, it's cool, but it tells you something. I mean, bro, here in Rocky Mountain, there is no place to walk. Like, people, it's like people.
there's no
they-
crosswalks to walk in there. Yeah.
It's like the thing nobody walks. Like one time I had to walk a bunch. Like you have to fucking run every time. Like there is no place to
Yeah, it's
cross the
dangerous,
road.
Yeah, and there's no light.
No, but and you don't see anybody walking.
Well, I mean, that's my whole opinion with like whoever decided to put a school here on like literally off a highway. Off a highway, you know, like what the point of
Yeah.
making a school here? I think it's smart, but at the same time, like we're really in the middle of nowhere if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much. I mean, like we're in a trucker area, like trucks just drive by on the highways.
True.
I mean,
When I arrived, it was nice to see though. Like the
It's different,
the
yeah,
gate.
yeah.
I mean, I remember when I arrived from Missouri driving 15 hours. We arrived up here. It was like I saw the gate, the golden like signs,
Mhm.
like okay, all the trees. I was like, this is nice.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's super nice being in this college in general and being here. I just feel blessed.
Yeah.
To be here
Yeah.
for all the other people who cannot and or are in other parts of the world who I don't know, maybe lockdown or worse. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a dream, like
It is.
to studying and playing in US.
True that.
Yeah.
True that. And that I'm gonna do an episode for the international page. They asked me, and I think I'll bring 2 or 3 guys. They're gonna give me the questions, and
You're gonna answer.
yeah, I'm gonna answer, and it's gonna be a little shorter than the other ones. But yes,
Look forward to that.
hope you guys enjoyed this second episode of Spaghetti Talk. Always like, share, subscribe to the channel.
Support his brother and his project.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Alright.
Bella.